Of the 9 people seen here preparing for today's show, only one will take away up to £10,000. The others will leave with nothing. Why? Because each of them will be voted off. The weakest link.
Welcome to the weakest link. Any of the 9 people in the studio today could win up to £10,000. They don't know each other, however. If they want the prize money, they'll have to work as a team. But 8 of them will leave with nothing, as round by round we lose the player voted the weakest link. Let's meet the team.
I'm Graham, a 28-year-old aircraft fitter from Sunderland.
I'm Melanie, I'm a 49-year-old karaoke compere and I live in Chingford.
I'm Patrick, I'm 51 years old, I'm a telephone engineer from Swansea in South Wales.
My name's Penny, I'm a 36-year-old teacher from Birmingham.
My name's Tanya, I'm from Corby in Northants, I'm 36 and I'm a veterinary nurse.
I'm Bob, I'm 23, from Giggleswick in North Yorkshire, and I'm a radio presenter.
I'm Mark, I'm 40 years old, from Birmingham.
I'm Maria, a 40-year-old librarian from Newcastle.
I'm Terry, a 79-year-old retired Air Force officer living in Westcott in Surrey.
Now, the rules. In each round, the aim is to answer enough questions correctly to reach your £1,000 target within the time limit. The fastest way is to create a chain of 9 correct answers. Get your question wrong and you break the chain and lose all the money in that chain. But if you say bank before the question is asked, the money is safe. However, you start a new chain from 0. Remember, at the end of the round, only money that has been banked can be taken forward. The time on the clock in round 1 is 3 minutes. We'll start with the person whose name is first alphabetically. That's you, Bob. Let's play the weakest link. The first question is for £20. Start the clock. Bob, in which cathedral did Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer get married?
St Paul's Cathedral.
Correct. Mark, what is the largest desert in the world?
The Sahara.
Correct. Maria, in the Hindu religion, is the god Shiva or Vishnu known as the Destroyer?
Shiva.
Correct. Terry, which planet lies between Mars and Saturn?
Jupiter.
Correct. Graham, which former EastEnders actor released the pop single Good Thing Going?
Sid Owen.
Correct.
Bank.
Melanie,
Bank.
who did Sir Alec Douglas Hume succeed as Prime Minister in 1963?
Harold Wilson.
Harold Macmillan. Patrick, which tea was an Egyptian king whose tomb was found in the Valley of the Kings?
Tutankhamun.
Correct. Penny, blues artist B.B. King never travels without Lucille. What is Lucille?
His guitar.
Correct. Tanya, what type of suit does the cartoon character Donald Duck normally wear?
A tailor suit.
Correct. Bob, how many eyes does a bat have?
2.
Correct. Mark,
Bank.
which 60s pop group comprised Mike, Peter, Mickey and Davy?
The Monkees.
Correct. Maria, in which city would you find the hull of the ship the Mary Rose?
Coventry.
Portsmouth. Terry, what are the first names of ice skaters Torval and Dean?
Pass, I forgot.
Jane and Christopher. Graham, in literature, who are Athos, Porthos and Aramis?
Three Musketeers.
Correct. Melanie, in New York, which building has the address 350 Fifth Avenue and 34th Street?
Empire State Building.
Correct. Patrick, what is calligraphy the art of?
Handwriting.
Correct. Penny,
Bank.
what is alkaline the opposite of?
Acid.
Correct. Tanya, followers of which religion worship in a mosque?
Muslims.
Correct. Bob, on your body is your hallux, your thumb or your big toe?
Your thumb.
Your big toe. Mark, which band recorded the best-selling 80s album Brothers in Arms?
Dire Straits.
Correct. Maria, in terms of electrical current, what does AC stand for?
Pass.
Alternating current. Terry, who succeeded Michael Foot as leader of the Labour Party?
Kinnock.
Neil Kinnock. Graham, in the do-re music scale, what note follows re?
Me.
Correct. Melanie, in which northeastern town would you find the Metro Centre shopping complex? Darlington or Gateshead?
Gateshead.
Correct. Patrick, what is Asti Spumante a type of?
Sparkling wine.
Correct. Penny, what is the maiden name of pop singer Posh Spice?
Victoria. Victoria Adams.
Adams, but your time is up. You banked £800 out of a possible 1,000. One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Statistically, the first weakest link of the game is Maria, with the most wrong answers. The strongest link is Mark. He answered all his questions correctly and banked some money for the team. But it's the votes that count. And how will they go?
Pens down, voting over. Please reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Terry.
Terry.
Maria.
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 Tanya.
Patrick.
Mark.
Right. Penny. Why Maria?
I believe she got 2 questions wrong.
Bob. Why Maria?
Just not enough answers right.
Well, Maria, with 4 votes, the team have voted you the first weakest link. Goodbye.
I think the person to go next might be Terry. He seemed to hesitate a lot and he got 1 question wrong, even though talking to him beforehand he seemed quite knowledgeable.
Round 2. You've won £800 so far. 8 players left. We are now taking 10 seconds off the clock. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's you, Mark. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Mark, what would be your occupation if you're a member of ABTA?
Travel agent.
Correct. Terry, complete the title of this John Steinbeck novel, Grapes of...
Wrath.
Correct. Graham, in the animal kingdom, loggerhead and leatherback are types of what?
Turtle.
Correct. Melanie, in the nursery rhyme, what did little Miss Muffet sit on?
A tuffet.
Correct. Patrick, which is the older university, Oxford or Cambridge?
Oxford.
Correct. Penny,
Bank.
in which county is Longleat?
Berkshire.
Wiltshire. Tanya, if you were born on the 1st of April, what star sign would you be?
Pass.
Aries. Bob, in 1977, which Yorkshireman became the first cricket player to score his 100th century in a test match?
Fred Truman.
Jeffrey Boycott. Mark, what amount of US money does the slang term a nickel refer to?
10 cents.
5 cents. Terry, episode 1 of which film series is called The Phantom Menace?
Star Wars.
Correct. Graham, in which British city is the Master Cutler an important civic dignitary?
Pass. Don't know.
Sheffield. Melanie, in nature, do lilies grow from seeds or bulbs?
Bulbs.
Correct. Patrick, in space, what are Alpha Centauri and Sirius?
Stars.
Correct. Penny, in which science fiction TV series would you find Special Agent Mulder?
The X-Files.
Correct. Tanya, what is the name for theatrical performances which take place in the afternoon?
Matinees.
Correct. Bob,
Bank.
which English royal palace in Greater London is famous for its garden maze?
Hampton Court.
Correct. Mark, who managed England's national football team during the 1998 World Cup finals?
Pass.
Glenn Hoddle. Terry, Operation Desert Storm formed part of which war?
The Gulf War.
Correct. Graham, which dental specialist would you visit to have your teeth straightened?
An orthodontist.
Correct. Melanie, what S is the traditional dress of Balinese and Tahitian men and women?
Sarong.
Correct. Patrick,
Bank.
Which James Joyce novel is named after a character from Greek mythology?
Ulysses.
Correct. Penny, which bird is the national symbol of the USA?
The bald eagle.
Correct. Tanya, which British queen died in 1603?
Elizabeth I.
Correct. Bob,
Bank.
which city's international airport used to be known as Ringway?
New York.
Manchester. Mark, your time is up. Of the £1,000 available, you won 700 in that round. One of you is about to leave the studio with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Will the team have noticed that Mark, although the strongest link in the last round, is the weakest link this time? He got most of his answers wrong, costing the team money. But let's see if the votes agree with the statistics.
OK, pens down, voting over. It's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Tanya.
Penny.
Terry.
Terry.
Mark.
Tanya.
Terry.
Penny.
Patrick. Why Terry?
It's just a speed thing again with me. The clock's counting down. Every second counts.
Penny. Why Terry?
I think it's a speed thing. I think with the pressure building up, he'll crack and be even slower.
Will you crack, because you got less right than he did?
I'm as cool as a cucumber.
Good. But, team, votes that count. Terry, you have 3. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Well, yeah, it was too good for you. You're frightened I'll win it. But I do object to being knocked out for what I can only regard as no good reason. The only reason I can come up with is they were frightened that I might win it in the end.
Round 3, you've won a total so far of £1,500 out of a possible 2,000. You're down to 7 players. We're taking another 10 seconds off the clock. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's you, Patrick. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Patrick, for which civilization was Venus the goddess of love and beauty?
Greece.
Roman. Penny, which singer's hits include Jesus to a Child and A Different Corner?
George Michael.
Correct. Tanya, how many official bank holidays does the UK have in the month of August?
2.
1. Bob, which period of early history precedes the Iron Age?
The Bronze Age.
Correct. Mark, in food, Maris Piper is a type of what?
Potato.
Correct. Graham, in what country is the city of Valencia?
Italy.
Spain. Melanie, in Cluedo, is the character named Peacock a Miss or a Mrs?
Mrs.
Correct. Patrick, in which town are the Shakespeare Gardens?
Stratford-on-Avon.
Correct. Penny, what do you call a ring-shaped coral island surrounding a central lagoon?
An atoll.
Correct. Tanya, which royal house did King Henry VII belong to, Tudor or Stuart?
Tudor.
Correct. Bob,
Bank.
which actress was married to both Mickey Rooney and Frank Sinatra?
Pass.
Ava Gardner. Mark, is there such a currency as the Syrian pound?
Yes.
Correct. Graham, how many stripes are there in total on the flag of the United States of America?
15.
13. Melanie, what C is the spiritual term for the energy points of our body?
So I didn't hear you.
What C is the spiritual term for the energy points of our body?
Caspian Sea.
Chakras. Patrick, the American Mario Andretti is a major figure in which sport?
Motor racing.
Correct. Penny, which Henry Fielding literary hero shares his name with a Welsh singer?
Tom Jones.
Correct. Tanya, which S is one of the 7 deadly sins?
Sloth.
Correct. Bob, which decade saw the birth of the children's TV programme Watch with Mother?
The 60s.
1950s. Mark, which British playwright wrote Blythe's Spirit and Private Lives?
Noel Coward.
Correct. Graham, was American Joe DiMaggio a sportsman in baseball or American football?
Baseball.
Correct. Melanie.
Bank.
Which disease passed to humans by animals do the French call la rage?
Malaria?
Rabies. Patrick, the real name of which British singer and actor is Harry Clive Webb?
Cliff Richard.
Correct. Penny.
Bank.
Is it the Tropic of Capricorn or Cancer that passes through Brazil?
It's Capricorn.
Correct. And the time is up. You managed to bank only £270 that round. One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
The statistics show that the strongest link is Penny, who answered all her questions correctly, although Bob banked the most money. The weakest link is Graham, who got 2 answers wrong and didn't bank at all. But will the team have noted these facts?
OK, pens down, voting over. It's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Mark.
Mark.
Bob.
Melanie.
Bob.
Melanie.
Bob.
Tanya, why Bob?
Too many questions wrong.
Right. Well, you didn't do much better, did you?
I did better than him.
Graham, did you know you were the worst player in that round?
Probably, yes.
Right. But it's votes that matter, team. Bob, with 3 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Next one to come here, I think, will be Melanie, and I kind of hope so as well, because I feel that she should have been here now.
Round 4, team, and you've won £1,770 so far out of potential prize money of £3,000. There are 6 of you left. We are taking another 10 seconds off the clock. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Penny. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Penny, the Barbican is the London home of which theatre company?
The Royal Shakespeare Theatre.
The Royal Shakespeare Company, correct. Tanya, what sea is the name of the woven cloth artists paint on?
Canvas.
Correct. Mark, in which country are the cities of Casablanca and Marrakesh?
Morocco.
Correct. Graham, in gardening, the term deadheading is the removal of what?
The flowers that have died.
Flowers. Correct. Melanie.
Bank.
What is the smallest instrument in an orchestra's string section?
Viola.
Violin. Patrick, which M is a reddish-purple dye named after an Italian battle fought in 1859?
Magenta.
Correct. Penny. In literature, what is the name of the land of the little people in Gulliver's Travels?
Lilliput.
Correct. Tanya, which pop singer is married to Liverpool football star Jamie Redknapp?
Louise.
Correct. Mark, which Jewish feast celebrates the sparing of the Israelites' firstborn on the night before their exodus to
Passover.
Egypt? Correct. Graham,
Bank.
which diving bird has brilliant blue, green and orange plumage?
Kingfisher.
Correct. Melanie, which football club with 10 victories has won the FA Cup the most times?
Manchester United.
Correct. Patrick, who led the mutiny on HMS Bounty?
Fletcher Christian.
Correct. Penny, in what field of entertainment are The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin leading players?
Wrestling.
Correct. Tanya.
Bank.
What nationality was the creator of the children's animation The Magic Roundabout?
French.
Correct. Mark, which part of the body would be examined with an oriscope?
The eye.
The ear. Graham, which infamous British punk rock group was managed by Malcolm McLaren?
Sex Pistols.
Correct. Melanie, which bee is food poisoning contracted from unsterilised canned food?
The drone.
Botulism. Patrick, the waterfalls Cauldron Snout and High Force are on which major English river?
7.
Tease. Penny.
Bank.
The Lost World is the follow-up to which Steven Spielberg film?
Jurassic Park.
Correct. Tanya.
Bank.
How many pieces does each player start with in a game of chess?
16.
Correct. Mark, which British king died in 1910?
George VII.
Time is up. I cannot accept your answer. The correct answer was Edward VII. In that round, team, you banked £640. One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
In this round, the statistics indicate that Melanie is the weakest link with just one right answer. The strongest link is Tanya, who not only got 4 correct answers, but also banked the most money. However, will the team realise this?
Pens down, voting over. Please reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Melanie.
Graham.
Mark.
Melanie.
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 Right. Graham, why Melanie?
Because she's misinterpreted 2 questions now.
Right.
Doesn't seem confident in her answers.
Melanie, with 4 votes, the team has voted you the weakest link. Goodbye.
I think Mark should be voted off as the weakest link because he hasn't, as I recall, banked at all. And on occasion, when he hasn't banked, he's got a question wrong. I don't think I've heard him say bank once throughout the show.
Round 5. Your total so far is £2,410. But of course, if you'd hit your targets, it would be £4,000. Another 10 seconds is coming off the time. There are 5 of you left. We start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Tanya. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Tanya, apart from America, England and Australia, which other country holds a Grand Slam tennis tournament?
France.
Correct. Mark, which branch of medicine is concerned with the diagnosis and treatment of diseases of the nervous system?
Neurology.
Correct. Graham, in which country was the actor Mel Gibson born?
America.
Correct. Patrick, Strathclyde University is situated in which city?
Glasgow.
Correct. Penny, what is the official name for the Tuesday before Lent?
Shrove Tuesday.
Correct. Tanya, which Rugby League Super League team added Warriors to its name at the start of the 1997 season?
Wigan.
Correct. Mark,
Bank.
which rock band recorded the album Dark Side of the Moon?
Status quo.
Pink Floyd. Graham, in Shakespeare, whose ghost appears to Macbeth at a feast?
Don't know.
Banquos. Patrick, what is a choir a measurement of?
Paper.
Correct. Penny, in Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book, what was the name of the panther?
Shere Khan.
Bagheera. Tanya, Scratchwood is the southernmost service area on which British motorway?
M6.
M1. Mark, in fashion, what are mules?
Shoes.
Correct. Graham, which is the largest of the great apes?
Gorilla.
Correct. Patrick,
Bank.
in which decade did Ramsay MacDonald lead the first Labour government?
30s.
1920s. Penny,
Idiot.
in which Italian city is La Scala the Opera House?
Milan.
Correct. Tanya, who presents the TV music quiz Never Mind the Buzzcocks?
Mark Lamar.
Mark Lamar. Correct. Mark, in
Bank.
literature, who was the poet laureate before Andrew Motion?
Pass.
Ted Hughes. Graham, in maths, what does 113 plus 119 equal?
Pass.
232. Patrick, the Cape of Good Hope is off the coast of which continent?
Africa.
Correct. Penny, traditionally, which bird's song signals the start of spring?
The Skylark.
The cuckoo. Tanya, in America, what do the initials CIA stand for?
Central Intelligence Agency.
It's too late. The time is up. And that time, team, you disappointedly only banked £350. One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
For the second time in the game, Patrick is the strongest link. The statistics show that he got 3 correct answers and banked money for the team. The weakest link is Graham, with 2 wrong answers and no money banked. But will the votes reflect the facts?
Pens down, voting over. Please reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Mark.
Mark.
Tanya.
Patrick.
Patrick.
Well, team, we have a tie. Patrick and Mark, 2 votes each. Graham, why Mark?
I think it's getting very close now to decide who's to go next. I thought Mark banked a little bit early, so I chose Mark.
Of course, you didn't bag at all, did you?
No, I didn't.
Mark, why Patrick?
I think it's time to get rid of some of the stronger players.
That's an odd, disappointing attitude for the rest of the team to hear. Well, when the vote is tied, the strongest link has the deciding vote. Patrick, as the strongest link, who would you rather get rid of? Mark or yourself?
I'm afraid under the circumstances I'm no gentleman. I'm afraid it's got to be you, Mark.
Patrick has decided to get rid of you. Goodbye, you are the weakest link.
I think Graham will be voted off next because the other 3 are definitely stronger, and I think they recognise that Graham's weakness.
Round 6, team. You've won £2,760 so far. Of course, you could by now have £5,000. There are 4 of you left. We are cutting another 10 seconds from your time. We start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Patrick. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Patrick, which patriotic song is sung to music by Elgar at the last night of the proms?
Land of Hope and Glory.
Correct. Penny, which Dickens character has a devoted nurse called Peggotty?
David Copperfield.
Correct. Tanya, how many symbols are there in the Chinese calendar?
12.
Correct. Graham, how many seconds are there in 5 minutes?
300.
Correct. Patrick, what type of music were Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie famous players of?
Jazz.
Correct. Penny.
Bank.
According to tradition, which decoration is it unlucky to bring into the house before Christmas Eve?
The Christmas tree.
Holly. Tanya, Staten Island is part of which US city?
New York.
Correct. Graham, how many stomachs does a cow have?
3.
4. Patrick, which former Bond actor co-starred with Nicolas Cage in the film The Rock?
Oh my God. George Lazenby.
Sean Connery. Penny, which British Olympic gold medal winning long jumper was known as Lynn the Leap?
Lynn Davis.
Correct. Tanya, what in the insect world is a painted lady?
Butterfly.
Correct. Graham, in literature, which bird is killed by the ancient mariner?
Pass.
Albatross. Patrick, in Northern Ireland, who is the Nobel Prize-winning leader of the SDLP?
Trimble.
John Hume. Penny, what is the name of the American gangster famously convicted in 1931 of income tax evasion?
Al Capone.
Correct. Tanya, name the second most populated city in the UK.
Liverpool.
Birmingham. Graham, which actor has starred in the films Chinatown, The Witches of Eastwick and A Few Good Men?
Jack Nicholson.
Correct. Patrick, Lanzarote is the easternmost of which
The
island
Canary
group?
Islands.
Correct. Penny,
Bank.
which artist painted The Last Supper in a Milan monastery?
Leonardo da Vinci.
Correct. Tanya, in which year was the Channel Tunnel officially opened to customers?
1995.
1994. Graham, which of the 7 wonders of the ancient world? Time is up. I cannot complete that question. And another disappointing round. Only £350. One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Having escaped being voted off in the last round, Graham remains the weakest link statistically. The strongest link is Penny, answering all but one of her questions correctly. She was also the only one to bank any money. But will the team appreciate this?
Pens down, voting over. Please reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Tanya.
Graham.
Graham.
Patrick.
Penny, why Graham?
Hesitant, making mistakes. Letting us down, really.
Graham. Well, with 2 votes, the team have voted you the weakest link. Goodbye.
I think Tanya's going to go in the next round. She's not as strong as the others, generally. She knows her stuff, but it's a bit hit and miss.
Round 7. You have £3,110, just over half of the 6,000 you could have won by now. 3 of you left, another 10 seconds coming off the clock. We start with the strongest link from the last round. That's you, Penny. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Penny, who was singer Natalie Cole's father?
Nat King Cole.
Correct, Tanya. Thiamine found in seeds, grains and liver is better known as which vitamin?
B12.
No, vitamin B1. Patrick, how many labours did the Greek hero Hercules perform?
7.
12. Penny, the season for shooting which bird traditionally begins every year on August the 12th?
Grouse.
Correct, Tanya. David Shayler became famous in 1998 for leaking information to the press about which government service?
MI5.
Correct, Patrick. Who is the patron saint of Scotland?
St Andrew.
Correct, Penny.
Bank.
Which role has been played on film by Sean Connery and on TV by his son Jason?
Pass.
Robin Hood. Tanya, what is the real first name of golfer Tiger Woods?
William.
Eldrick. Patrick, Desdemona is the leading lady in which Shakespeare play?
Othello.
Correct, Penny. Jazz musician and singer Louis Armstrong was famous for playing which instrument?
The trumpet.
Correct, Tanya. The island of Crete is owned by which country?
Spain.
Greece. Patrick, which French word is used for a lightweight type of anorak?
Cagoule.
Correct, Penny. Which queen ruled England for only 9 days?
Queen Anne.
Lady Jane Grey. Tanya, according to the Bible, which of Jesus' disciples notoriously betrayed him?
Judas Iscariot.
Correct, Patrick.
Bank.
Which blood group type is common to about 46% of the world's population?
O.
Correct, Penny. Wenceslas Square is the main square of which European capital city?
Czechoslovakia.
Prague. Tanya, in the Canterbury Tales, whose tomb are the pilgrims going to visit?
Pass.
Thomas à Becket's. Patrick, what relation is Prince Charles to Prince... The time is up. I can't complete the question. And you have managed to win a pitiful amount. £120. However, in round 8, you get the chance to treble what you bank. That means in the next round, there's £3,000 to be won. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Patrick is statistically the strongest link once again, with 4 correct answers out of 5, although Penny banked the most money. Tanya is the weakest link with 4 wrong answers. But at this vital stage of the game, just who will go?
Pens down, voting over. Please reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Tanya.
Tanya.
Penny.
Well, Patrick. Why Tanya?
I didn't think it was her best round.
Penny.
They've all been very good, but she's starting to make mistakes.
Okay. Well, Tanya, with 2 votes, the team have voted you the weakest link. Goodbye.
I should have got Crete right. I had 2 answers, I picked the wrong one. Silly mistake. I'm never going to live this down.
Round 8. You have won £3,230 so far out of a possible £7,000. And this time you have only 90 seconds. But whatever you win in this round will be trebled and added to your total to make up your final prize money. £3,000 is at stake in this round. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Patrick. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Patrick, Palm Beach is a resort in which of the United States?
California.
Florida. Penny, which US TV cop show coined the phrase, "Let's be careful out there"?
Miami Vice.
Hill Street Blues. Patrick, in which country were the famous terracotta army statues
China.
discovered in... Correct. Penny, which ocean liner is now moored at Long Beach, California?
The Queen Elizabeth.
The Queen Mary. Patrick, which foodstuff is explorer Marco Polo popularly believed to have introduced to Italy from China?
Tea.
Pasta. Penny, who
Bank.
in the cartoon strip is Popeye's mortal enemy?
Bluto.
Correct.
Bank.
Patrick, which two countries share the Niagara Falls?
Canada and America.
Correct. Penny, what is the occupation of Tom, the hero of the novel The Water Babies?
A chimney sweep.
Correct.
Bank.
Patrick, which Chilean president was deposed and murdered after a military coup in 1973?
Allende.
Correct. Penny,
Bank.
from which country does the breed of dog the Beagle originate?
Germany.
England. Patrick, in astrology, the star sign Aries is usually represented by what animal?
ram.
Correct. Penny, what did a doctor invent in 1816 because he was too embarrassed to press his ear against his female patient's bosoms?
A stethoscope.
Correct.
Bank.
Patrick, who directed the UFO film Close Encounters of the Third Kind? Time up. The answer is Steven Spielberg. Between you in that round, you won a not very spectacular £170, but never mind, because we're trebling that and adding it to the winnings from the previous rounds. That means prize money today of £3,740. You will now play against each other. Head to head, I'll ask alternate questions, best of 5. Whoever answers the most correctly wins. It is as simple as that. If there's a tie after 5, we'll go for sudden death until we have a winner. So, Patrick and Penny, for £3,740, let's play the weakest link. Patrick, as the strongest link in the last round, you have the choice of who goes first.
Ladies first, Penny.
Penny, Egyptian, American, upland and sea island are 3 of the major types of which crop?
Wheat.
Cotton. Patrick, which city has 0114 as its STD telephone code and the letter S as its postcode?
Southampton.
Sheffield. Penny, in the poem by Edward Lear, The Owl and the Pussycat bought their wedding ring from which animal?
The turkey that lived on the hill.
The pig. Patrick, a blue cross on a white background is the flag of which European Union country?
Finland.
Correct. Penny, Patrick is ahead. Which English county has a border with only one other county?
Cornwall.
Correct. Patrick, what type of greeting was first sent by a Norfolk woman to her fiancé in 1477?
Birthday card.
A valentine. Penny, score is even at the moment. Who provided the voice for Woody in the Toy Story films?
The Forrest Gump person. Hanks. Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks.
Correct. Patrick, prize money is £3,740. Patrick, how many different prime ministers have there been during the reign of the present Queen?
8.
The answer is 10. Penny, if you answer this question correctly, £3,740. The prize money is yours. Which of the Bronte sisters wrote the novel Agnes Grey?
Charlotte.
Anne. Patrick, the Isle of Skye is part of which group of islands?
The Inner Hebrides?
That is the correct answer. Now, after 5 questions, your scores are tied and we are going into a sudden death situation. The questions will continue in pairs. Penny, if you get your question correct, then Patrick will have to answer his correctly or he will lose. And Penny, if you get your question wrong, then Patrick will have to answer his correctly to win. So, Penny and Patrick, let's play sudden death. Penny, in the Second World War, the British 7th Armoured Division took its nickname from which animal?
The desert rats.
Correct. Patrick, who was King Henry VIII's first wife?
Catherine of Aragon.
That is the correct answer. Penny. In 1999, which celebrity couple were not granted a divorce because it was ruled they had never been married?
Is it Mick Jagger and Jerry Hall?
That is the correct answer. Patrick, Edmund is the Christian name of which Irish-born Grand Prix driver?
Eddie Irving.
That is the correct answer. Penny, Shylock is a character in which Shakespeare play?
The Merchant of Venice.
That is the correct answer. Patrick, your survival question is coming up again. How many standard time zones does the United States have?
3.
The answer is 6.
Have a good holiday.
That means, Penny, you are today's strongest link and you go away with £3,740. Patrick, you leave with nothing. Join us next time for The Weakest Link. Goodbye.
I can't believe that I've won. Beat up the rest of the contestants. But it's just such a lovely feeling.
Yeah, well, having got to the final, obviously I thought about the chances of winning it, but shouldn't count your chickens before they're hatched.
If you'd like to play The Weakest Link, write to Freepost The Weakest Link or email theweakestlink@bbc.co.uk or call 09001 020 022.